Hello, good afternoon. This is just a quick update on these RST Paragon 6 heated gloves, which I bought back in November of last year now, last year, 2024. I did a more in-depth review on these middle of November, just after I bought them, regarding trying on the jacket, getting them over the jackets. I've got 3 different jackets. I'm trying to get them over the sleeve, how to fit the batteries, how long they took to charge, how long the heats lasted. I've done all that in a previous video, so if you've just popped into this video, go back through my content mid-November and you'll find the original in-depth unboxing, the whole caboodle. But this one, I've had them for 3 months, as I say, and this is just a quick update on how I've got on with them. And I have to say, for me personally, for the style of riding I do and the amount of time I'm out on the road, fine, great. They're great. It's too early to judge the wear and tear after 3 months. If they were showing any signs of wear, they'd have been back to the shop by now, but there is obviously no wear on them. What I will say is that when I first had them, in the first review, you'll see I noticed I felt they were a bit bulkier than the ones I'm used to, and I was catching the levers as I stretched out, and I just adjusted my levers for a little bit more span. But what I will say now is, although they're pre-formed, they seem to have taken the shape of my hand a lot better than I would have expected. So I keep saying this, they fit like a glove. Now the heat, for me, again, I'll keep saying this, for me the heat is fine. I've only once, maybe twice, used them on the middle setting. I normally use them on the lowest setting, and I've ridden, the coldest I've ridden is it was 2 degrees. I was out for about an hour, and 20 minutes of that was on the M42, and I did, before I went on the motor, I did put them up to the second setting, to the middle setting, and I hadn't got a problem. Now, I did say in the original that I do get problems with my fingers going, they actually go numb, even sort of 7, 8, 9, up to 10 degrees after well, I don't have to be on the bike, I can just be outdoors. My fingers go absolutely numb and start tingling, and it's painful. And I said that I was going into the heated glove realms because to try and alleviate that and give me more time out on the bike in the winter months, and that's what it's done, basically. That's what it's done. I mentioned the motor. These, well, nearly all battery gloves, they only heat the back of the hand, and I haven't had a problem with it. And the motorway, I'd like to say, at 70 mile an hour, consistent 70 miles an hour, I don't know, because I live in the Midlands, so we've got the M5, the M6 and the M40. The M42 is the one I use the most, and you'll be lucky, very lucky, if you haven't got speed restrictions. I think the M42 that I use to go to the motorcycle museum, you might have a couple of mile, which is unrestricted. The rest of it's 50, 60 miles an hour. But it's certainly at certainly the times I've used them, not an issue, not an issue. What could be an issue, and I mentioned this in the original video, was that the batteries, they do take a while to recharge. I haven't had them go completely flat yet while I've been using them. I did test them again in the original video. I did test them, how long they lasted on each setting, but they can take at least a couple of hours to charge. So my original idea of sitting in a cafe and plugging them into a power pack or whatever, you'd have to drink a lot of cups of coffee before they were charged. You could probably top them up, maybe, if you took the charging lead and plugged them into the mains. But one option possibly would be to buy another set of batteries, a spare pair of batteries. And where I got these from, J&S Accessories, they do sell a pair of batteries, but they are £60 for a pair, which is quite steep. and I think Sports Bike Shop are the same. Now I've looked online. I took the spec of the battery off the side of the battery, and I typed it into Google, and some of these came up on Google. Some were on Amazon, I think, and a few on eBay, and a few independent ones, and you appear to be able to get them the same size and the same rating for 25. The cheapest one I saw was 25 quid. It came with a charger, and the dearest one was about 40 quid. The dearest pair was about 40 quid, again with a charger. Now they appear to have the round style connector. These have a round connector for putting them in the glove, and they have a Type C USB for charging. If you think you need to go down that road, you'd have to look into that yourself. I can't say. I personally, I'm going to bother, because I'm not going to need them. What else have we got to say? Let's have a think. Covered the comfort, covered the heat, waterproofing. I don't voluntarily go out in the rain, not even to test products, but I have been caught out a couple of times, 3 times, in the rain, and up to now they haven't no sign of letting water. They're not even damp on the inside. I haven't been out in torrential rain for any period of time. As I mentioned, I personally can't get them over the cuffs, inside the sleeves of my jackets, inside the cuffs, and then fasten the jackets. I tried them again in the original video on 3 of my different jackets, and I couldn't do it. But what I did when it started to rain, I pulled the cord tight. There were droplets of water running down my arm, but didn't appear to. I couldn't feel anything. It didn't appear to go in there. So all in all, for my use, they're great. Since I bought them, it's probably the wrong way around. Since I bought them, I've looked at others, and 1 or 2 people I know have got other brands of gloves with the batteries in the cups. And I think the Weiss, W-E-I-S, which are a British manufacturer. They sound German, but they're British. One reviewer put a thermal camera on them, and they did get hotter on all 3 settings. But for me, as I keep repeating myself, I know, but for me and the style of riding I do, these were a good buy, and they are still discounted. I think the list price was £200. I got them for £180, as I mentioned originally, and I saw this yesterday you can still get them for £180. And if you're going to go touring or long day rides, I think you'll probably be better off with the ones that wire into your bike, and they would be slightly easier to get under the cuffs of your jackets. But for me, great. And the fact that they've got a visor wipe on both index fingers, right hand. I know you can't use the right hand one when you're riding along, but occasionally, sitting at traffic lights or low speed, you can use both. So the knuckle protectors haven't come into use, so I can't comment on that. And they're quite easy to operate with the gloves on. Again, obviously, if you're going to let go of the right hand one, be stationary, and they're easy to operate. For me, they're easy enough to see which setting they're on. I have inadvertently, sometimes if I've been at traffic lights and I've just pushed the glove up, I've clicked the button and I've thought, oh, that one or that one, getting warm. But just a couple of clicks and you're back to your original setting. So as I say, for me, these RST Paragon 6 fit the bill for the style of riding that I do, and it's certainly helped me get out when I wouldn't normally have dreamed of going out on the bike. The only issue I've got now is my toes get very cold, so I may be in the market for some heated socks, but that's another story for a later date perhaps. So I'll wrap that video up now. If I may, I'll just remind you about clicking the like and the subscribe button. It's very much appreciated if you wouldn't mind doing that. Completely free of charge, and it helps me to analyse what's being watched on the channel. So bye for now, and see you in the next one.